Hello all, I am Professor Sukhada Luni from AP Shah Institute of Technology, Thane, Maharashtra. Today I will be discussing about sustainability in e-waste pollution. The word sustainability has come from sustain, that means give support to, or to hold up, or to keep up. That is something which is bearable and capable of being continued at a certain level. So we can define the sustainability as the process and the actions through which humankind avoids the depletion of natural resources to keep an ecological balance so that society's quality of life does not decrease. So we are trying to maintain our whatever the life that we are enjoying and without the harm to the environment. There are three pillars of sustainability. The first is economic, second is environmental, and the third one is social. From the diagram, we are able to see each and every sustainability is linked with each other. That means if we are not able to maintain the balance between any of the sustainability, then it is difficult to get the output from all the three sustainabilities. So the social sustainability means it is the ability of a social system such as country, or you can say the family or organization, to function at a defined level of a social well-being and harmony indefinitely. The problems you can consider like war or injustice or low education are symptoms for socially unsustainable. That means the problems which are occurring because of, you can say, the social reasons that they will harm to the social sustainability. Environment sustainability, it is the ability of the environment to support a defined level of environment and the natural resource which we are extracting at indefinite rates. This means the world's biggest actual problems. So if we see the environmental sustainability, means we are using the natural resources as and when required according to our needs, and we are not focusing on how we can regenerate that. That means only we are thinking of ourselves, not the nature itself, and we are harming our Mother Earth. In case of this COVID-19, the sustainability example, that means we can protect ourselves only by staying safe at home. So this can be one of the example of the sustainability. If it is not required, we will not move here and there, and that is nothing but we are trying to protect our environment, and that means once we are getting protected ourselves, that means we are protecting for the environment itself in case of the COVID-19 situation. Now the third sustainability is economic sustainability. It is the ability of an economy to support a defined level of economic production indefinitely. All of we have just read many of the examples regarding the economic sustainability that has happened in 2008. So it will cause in loss of jobs, and you can say once this economic sustainability, or can say it becomes unstable, that means it will going to harm your social as well as environment. So as I told you, we have to make the balance between these three pillars of the sustainability. Now, I have chosen this topic of the sustainability depending upon my first video, that is pollution because of plastic. and the second video that I have created, which is the pollution that is created because of the e-waste. Now, is it possible to sustain without the plastic, or you can say, are there any solutions to get rid from that? Yes, definitely. We are having the solutions, and you can say the new technological development, the new research which is going on, they are giving us more and more solutions which are feasible from the mankind itself. Only the thing is that we have to just see those solutions from the perspective of the nature itself, because everywhere we cannot say that we should get the profit from each and every solution. It may happen that the environment may get benefit from the solutions, and that is which is required for doing this sustainability. Now suppose if we take a simple example, that is, suppose I am working at my workplace, and how I can get the sustainability. That means if I don't want to cut the trees because I am using the lot of paperwork. So what can be the solution? So I can provide the solution of, you can say, the I can provide the solution that is nothing but I can use the paperless work. That means using the emails I can get the contact, using the telephonic conversation I can communicate with the, you can say, the authorities, or you can say the colleagues itself. So wherever it is possible to reduce the paper, I will try to use it. Now in case of the plastic, how the plastic impact the sustainability? Over the past 50 years, we have seen the global production and the consumption of plastic have increased more than 20 times. And the plastic pollution has reached 320 million tons a year. The impact of plastic litter, especially of a single use and disposable items. Okay, so from our convenience, what we are using simply disposable items. That means single time we are using those items, and we are just throwing those items. That is the bags, the straws, the coffee cups, and most food packaging. And because of this, it is growing as each year more plastic waste accumulates in our environment and definitely in oceans itself. So single-use plastics are a major source of pollution, especially marine litter. Around 18 billion pounds of plastics enters the ocean each year. The plastic is choking our ocean and marine life. So the plastic have a huge role to play in sustainable construction. Now, for this, how we can get the sustainable solution using this plastic pollution? We can use the PVC windows, the plastic foam insulation, or plastic water pipes. These plastic pipes use less energy to produce you can say than iron or any concrete material. The new plastic pipes reduces leaks and saves significant amount of water, with consequent savings in energy required to produce and pump the water. Due to the impact and increased awareness of the effects of plastics on the world's ocean, the environment and our health, so many organizations, they have gathered the strength and unified by the same vision with a future that is free from the plastic pollution. The Break Free from plastic, that is BFFP, is one of the biggest global movement envisioning a future free from plastic pollution, and they are operating throughout the world. Total 1500 organizations across the world have joined to demand the massive reduction in single-use plastics and to push for lasting solutions to the plastic pollution crisis. These organizations share common value of environmental protection and social justice, which guide their work at the community and global level. Among their activities are brand audits based on beach cleanups to identify the brands which are the biggest responsible for plastic pollution, like the Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, Nestle, Danone, Procter & Gamble, and like many more. Now, what is the solution to overcome all this thing? The solution is the biodegradable plastic. The biodegradable plastic are the plastics that can be decomposed by the action of living organisms, usually microbes, into water, carbon dioxide and biomass. The biodegradable plastics are commonly produced with renewable raw material, microorganisms, petrochemicals, or the combination of all three. Biodegradable plastics made up of natural material such as maize or cane sugar are used for food packaging, disposable cups, bags, and other similar products. A move to compostable bio-based plastic is attractive to businesses for reasons beyond a reduction of plastic pollution. By using biodegradable plastics, the companies are less dependent on oil and accompanying fluctuations in prices of oil around the world. So, this situation all of us knows, because nowadays in COVID-19 the oil prices are so reduced, and such type of fluctuations can be avoided by using the biodegradable plastics. These plastics can also have the lower CO2 emission rate. Now, I will again focus more on the electronic and electrical waste. So, how we can achieve the sustainability in case of the e-waste? Basically, the electronic waste are categorized into DVD, CD players, radios, computers, telephones, printers, television, monitors. And electric waste we are bifurcating as refrigerators, washing machines, air conditioners, vacuum cleaners, coffee machines, toasters, irons, etc. Okay, so this is nothing but the proper bifurcation of electronic waste and electric waste. Now, we will see what is a percentage of electronic and electric waste which is generated by these individuals. Okay, so this diagram shows us how much percentage which is generated in terms of e-waste by computers, that is nothing but the 15%. Then the refrigerators, they are generating the 20%. So, this is the diagram which will give me how much percent of pollution which is generated by the combination of electric and e-waste. Now, these are the types of e-waste by weight. That means, suppose I consider the printer, it is having the 1% of weightage out of 100%. Then the refrigerators are having 27%, washing machines are having 32% and so on. Now, when we are talking about the e-waste, first of all, how this waste gets created and why we dispose this electronic and electrical equipments. Why? So some of the reasons that are identified are in front of you. The first one is the new products are cheap, as the different companies are coming up with new products which are having the new features, new comfortable features. The customers are getting more attracted towards the new products, and they are giving us the various types of discounts, and definitely they are finding out the strategies so that more and more new products should get sellable. Now the question remains, what we will do with the old products. Now this is because you can say again the e-waste gets generated. Now if I am using one product and if I go to the repair for that particular product, then if I am charging more, then I will not prefer to go for a repairing cost. This is one of the reasons. Then malfunctioning during usage causes for disposal. Then sometimes it may happen that I am using the outdated version, or you can say outdated equipment, and I want to get the new features, so I have to dispose of. And the life of particular electronic product is having some of the life, and if we reach to that particular range of life, that means we have to dispose of that product. So these are nothing but the various reasons why we have to dispose the electronic and electrical equipments or the products itself, and that's why this much amount of waste gets created. So this is nothing but the basic reasons, because we have to understand the basic reasons, and then only we will see how that can be made more sustainable for the environment. Now electronic waste, they typically include, as I told you, discarded computers, monitors, motherboard, mobile phones, chargers, CDs, air conditioners, refrigerators. Now the survey has taken, according to the Global E-Waste Monitor 2017, the India generates about 2 million tons of e-waste annually and ranks 5th among e-waste producing countries. So our number is 5th number after US, China, Japan and Germany. We are in the line of the e-waste. About 95% of India's e-waste is recycled in the informal sector and in a crude manner. That means we don't have a proper facility to dispose that e-waste which is generated by ourselves only. Nobody has taken care of what will be the final output if we are not recycling, regenerating those e-waste. Only 20% of the global e-waste is recycled. Now the thing is that, is it possible to sustain with this e-waste? Yes, definitely. It is possible, or it can be achievable to get sustainability in case of the e-waste. Now, if you see the diagram, the creative art which is given, and that is because of the keyboard. So we are how creativity we are using in case of the, you can say, whatever that e-waste we have disposed, we are trying to make it as a utilization in terms of a paint stand, and you can say such type of creative work. Now we can recover and reuse these e-waste. The technique could eliminate the waste disposal, then it will reduce the raw material cost and provide the income from sellable waste. So we are creating the new jobs, so that is also we are getting the benefit. The developed process is capable of converting majority of waste plastic into sustainable material, which could be used for virgin plastic products. Then we can transform the e-waste into reusable material to be converted into ceramics and plastic filaments for 3D printing. Now, most of the e-waste, they are using the metals like gold, silver, copper that can be separated for resale in a condition that are totally safe. So this is the way in which we can achieve the sustainability using the e-waste as well as the plastic. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk on sustainability.